Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to the best melee class setup in Black Ops 3. Now this class is a very simple class, but at the end of the day, I really love this class. It is so fun. I actually always have it in my class setup because anytime that I want to play differently, anytime that I'm sick of shooting guns, I go ahead and use this class. And not only is this class really good to have fun, but also if you're trying to use a combat knife for the first time to try to get dark matter, or you just so happen to get a melee weapon out of the supply drop and you want to get a gold, this class is good for that. Anytime you're trying to get those challenges and so you could get your camos, you're not going to be going negative by the end of this video. Trust me, you're going to be going at least neutral, which is like going 10 and 10. You're not going to be going 5 and 498. Like, nah, you guys are going to be having fun with this class and you're going to be doing good with your KD. Now, why this class is really so fun to me at least, and hopefully, you know, I can portray this through the gameplay that you guys are seeing, is because it changes the way that you play. You can't kill guys from, you know, halfway across the map. No, you got to get extremely close. You got to use your concussions or your flash grenades to flash the guys so they can't see you coming, they can't move, and then you come up really close to them and then you stab them. And also you gotta change the way that you move around the map. Maybe sometimes you want to take a flank route that you would have never taken before. You start wall running in places that you didn't even know where to wall run at, and that's a fun thing about this class, man. You completely change up your strategy, you completely change the way that you play in general, and that's what makes it really fun. And even times where I get killed, where I was like super close to an enemy, I'm like, god damn it, I was so close to him. Maybe if I would have knifed just a second faster or a second slower, I would actually got the kill. Like, I don't get mad. I think that is super fun because the class itself is so suspenseful, because you have like nothing to cover you. Everything is like all the odds are against you, and basically you have to try to play differently to go against those odds. So a quick disclaimer, I just want to say if your KD is actually higher than your GPA, then you probably don't want to be using this class. It is not for you. You're going to be going negative every single time you play with it. So without further ado, let's get into the class itself, you guys. Alright, so obviously no primary, but we are going to be using the combat knife and any other melee weapon that you just so happen to have. I happen to have the brass knuckles and the iron gem, but since I only have dark matter on my combat knife, that's the one that I'm going to be showing off for you guys right now. Oh, so you guys are going to want to run flashbangs or concussion grenades, whichever one you really like. But I tend to use concussions more often simply because flashbangs take super long to unlock. So whenever I don't have it, I just use concussions. Also, you guys are going to want to run Afterburner and Ghost for the perk 1 slot, and for the perk 2 slot, you guys are going to want to run Scavenger. Now, for the gameplay, I'm actually using Hardwired instead because I didn't have Scavenger unlocked just yet, but Scavenger is definitely the way to go. Also, for the perk 3 slot, you guys are going to want to run Blast Suppressor and Dead Silence, and obviously the perk 1 and perk 3 Greed. Now, the class itself is truly pretty self-explanatory. Obviously, you want your melee weapon, whether if it's a combat knife, a baseball bat, a sword, a bone thing from a weird animal, whatever it is, you're obviously going to want to have that. And then obviously you're going to want to have concussions and flashbangs, whichever you have unlocked. Personally, depending on how I feel like playing, I often switch up the concussion and the flashbang a lot because they both do have very different effects. The concussion, your enemy, they could see, it's a distorted view that they could see once you hit them with it, but they can't move, right? So since they can't move, you could come up behind them and stab them. Now with the flash grenade, if you hit your enemy with a flash, they won't be able to move. Yeah, I even think they can sprint, but yeah, they'll be able to move at a normal speed, but they can't see a thing. Like, their screen completely goes white and they just can't see. But it is easier for them to spam bullets around. So if you just want to stop an enemy from moving, go ahead and use a concussion. If you want to completely blind your enemy and attack them as a surprise or whatever, you could go ahead and use a flash grenade. Now the perks, again, very self-explanatory. Afterburner, you're obviously going to want to use it so you could flank better around the map. Let's say you're playing on a map like Evac, you could use Afterburner to your advantage, and you could wall run on a lot of walls, and that extra boost pack is going to allow you to do that. And also Ghost, because you don't want to come up on the enemy minimap whatsoever at all. You want to be hidden, and you know, you are going to be running most of the time with this class, so Ghost just goes perfectly with it. Also, you guys have Scavenger because there are so many Scavenger packs lying around on any given map, any given game that you are playing. And as soon as you walk over one of those, you're easily right there. You're going to pick up a concussion or a flash grenade, whatever you're using. So I just want to say this one, guys. Spam your concussions and your flash grenades. They're really going to come in clutch. Also, we have Blast Suppressor. So whenever you're boosting all that time, or while you're trying to flank your enemies, do some crazy wall runs and stuff, you're not gonna be coming up on the enemy minimap, because every time you use a boost, it shows up slightly, and also your enemies aren't gonna be able to hear it. And also when you use that silence, your enemies are not gonna be able to hear you coming up behind them either. Alright guys, make sure that when you're using this class, exactly as you see me use it in the gameplay, you're doing a bunch of crazy stuff, alright? You're taking crazy routes, you're switching up your strategy, you're war running all over the place, and the most important thing that I could tell you guys to do, and I'm going to be putting up a clip, I think I was playing on Hunted. Yeah, I think it is Hunted. It's going to be up on the screen right now, guys. I absolutely came from the sky, and this guy had no idea. That was so, like, when I did it, I had so much fun. I'm like, no way I just did that. He probably didn't even see me. And that's the thing. You guys want to be coming up from the sky, because no Call of Duty player expects you to be coming up from the sky unless they play Advanced Warfare all the time. It's not going to be happening that often. So whenever you could really just come up, you know, and surprise your enemy all the way from heaven, they're not going to see it coming, and chances are you're going to get the kill. And again, you guys, do not forget to use your tactical grenades. Those things come in so clutch, and at the end of the day, you're going to get it back with Scavenger. I mean, throw a bunch of concussions, throw a bunch of flash grenades. It's no problem. You're going to get it back. They're going to come in really clutch for you guys. Another pro to this class is that even if you're just running around with a knife, you're really trying real hard to have fun, or you're trying real hard to get your camos and your challenges, you're not going to be a complete ass to your teammates because, you know, I'm a beast. I got beast ass tips for you, and then therefore you're gonna be a beast. You guys are gonna be going positive. You're not gonna be going negative. And if you really want to help your team, even though you don't have a gun, I mean, you could always pick up a gun, but who really wants to do that? That's no fun. You want a knife, right? But one thing that you could do is that you could serve as a distraction for your enemies, especially if you're using the glitch ability. Basically, you run into a big place, the enemy's gonna be paying attention to you because you're that crazy motherfucker with the knife, and then you have your teammate right behind you, and he's like, oh, well, this guy's distracted, let me pick him off. And if you just so happen to have the glitch ability, you could glitch back to safety, to cover whatever it is, and the enemy's gonna be done because your teammate was right there next to you. Now, you guys, throughout the gameplay, I'm pretty sure I put up 4 different specialist abilities to use. Actually, the 4 favorite that I like to use with this class are Overdrive, Glitch, Active Camo, and Heat Wave. You could use any other ability like I already said Heat Wave, Vision Pulse, or Kinetic Armor, but those 4 are my favorite. By the way, I don't recommend you guys to use weapons. Abilities for this type of class works the best. So like I just said then, Glitch could work very well for that. Also, when you use Glitch, I could really recommend that one for when you guys are trying to get your Bloodthirsties, if you want to get gold camo on your certain melee weapon. For example, you get into a really nasty situation, you're like, oh shit, why am I here? Go ahead and glitch out, and you'll still be alive, and you'll still be having your streak. Also, you could use Heat Wave to keep your enemies in place. If you are not running a concussion, maybe you don't have any more concussions, well, Heat Wave will do you just as good and longer and better. I mean, whenever I get Heat Waved, it is far worse than using a concussion, so you could go ahead and do that. Also, you could use Active Camo to sneak around your enemies. If you want to get to a certain spot around the map, maybe you want to cap a flag because you don't want to be complete ass to your teammates, you could go ahead and use Active Camo. Your enemies are not going to be able to see you. And also with Overdrive, you could just rush your enemies like crazy. Like, if you just want to rush your enemies, Overdrive is the way to go. Also, Overdrive could work really good for escaping your enemies, but really, whenever I activate it, I like to rush my enemies because I come in so fast and they don't know what to do, man. Like, when you're running that fast and someone's rushing at you with a melee weapon, it's like, oh shit, well I'm dead. That's about it. Like, I've chosen that's it, that's my fate. Alright, so that's gonna wrap up this class, you guys. Now, if you're only using it to get gold on your combat knife or any other given melee weapon, I still really highly recommend you guys to use this class to have fun, because it really is a lot of fun. It might not seem like it through the video, but when you play it yourself, you're gonna see how different it is that you need to play, and how fun it is, and how suspenseful everything really is while you're just playing with it. Because again, you know, you have like no cover. You're only running around with a knife or a baseball bat or whatever the hell you got from a supply drop. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like on it, share with your friends, and subscribe if you're not already. Have a great day, you guys.